In high school, I was always seen as the most feminine kid in class. The first day when I walked into that new school that I was going to, people legitimately thought that I was a girl. Everybody thought I was always like the cute one. Oh, you're so cute and pretty and girl-like. And of course, it was kind of like a compliment towards me, but it kind of hurt me deep down. There was even a time where I was sitting in a restaurant with a friend of my dad and his daughters. I think I was about 10, 11 years old. And I was sitting there with the daughters of that friend of my dad. And the waiter comes to us. So of course he asks the adults first, what do you want to eat? Then he turns to us and says, and what do the girls want to eat? And I was sitting there like, what do you mean girls? I'm a boy. And I saw in his eyes that he didn't know what to say. He was like, is it a boy or a girl? That is how feminine I was. And of course I was 11. So when you're 11, you still have these like cute little face features, fine. But I still was this type of boy when I was 14, 15 years old. I had to make changes, okay? I had to say to myself, I want to stop being viewed as this weak, girly boy. So I had to undertake a lot of habits. I started training, I started improving myself physically, and of course improving my looks. And in the course of my life, I started becoming more masculine in the eyes of others. And now people ask me how they can become like that. So in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you 5 habits that you need to start off with to become more masculine in your 20s. Let's get into habit number 1. Habit number 1 is gonna be not giving a fuck. And this sounds weird, but listen closely. The feminine man always worries about whatever is happening around them. And of course, this still happens to all of us, even the masculine men, because sometimes we just need to act, right? But the feminine man always gets stressed out by little things around him. The masculine man, on the other hand, knows what to do and also keeps calm under those circumstances. Now, what I had to learn myself is when something happens in my life, something happens that is not so positive, or something happens that I need to take care of. Usually what I would do is I would freak out and I would immediately ask my mom or my dad, yo, what happened? What's going on? What's going on? And I would be stressed out, even though it was not that big of a deal. It doesn't matter what type of situation it was not that big of a deal. So I was starting to look at masculine men, what they are doing, what they are saying. And I realized that most of them didn't give a fuck about the little shit. They just stayed calm under every single circumstance, and they wanted to just solve the problem instead of stress about it. And that is something that I had to implement in my own life. When you start to learn the art of literally not giving a shit about some things, you start staying calm under the best situations where you actually need to stay calm in. When you next to your girl and your girl freaks out about something, you are the stoic rock that she wants to lean on. So you have to stay calm. You cannot be the type to go freak out with her, because now you got 2 feminine people in the building stressing about something, and now you can't solve the problem because you're both just stressing. So the moment you actually notice that there is a problem, don't figure out why. Okay, there's something going on. This and this and this, it has gone wrong. Now we need to go fix it. The why and what happened all comes after. And this goes the same with opinions. When people have certain type of opinions about you because you have been chasing your goals or something, if you are the type of person to care about those opinions or care about the criticism of other people, let's say your parents or your dad or your unambitious friends, you need to just let that go. When you're the type to actually start freaking out about it, you're going to be the weak one in the situation. They're not going to be the weak one. They're going to be right about you, because the moment when they say to you, yo, you can't do YouTube, you're not masculine, you're feminine. And when you actually start freaking out about it, or like having anxiety attacks of like, they think this of me, they think that of me, that is when they are actually winning and they are right about you, because you are feminine and you are not going to be able to do whatever you're trying to do because you still let other people take control over your mind. And that is something that we're going to be talking about later in today's video, but that is very important. Learn to let go of other people's opinions and start living free, because a masculine man is also truly a free man. Habit number 2, and that is having something to work for, to provide. Now, we all know that men are the providers in the relationship. We want to provide things to our women and to our family, to our kids. That is just something that is inside of us that we like to do. Even when I was 14 years old, I wanted to start Instagram, YouTube, do content creation and all that. I even knew back then that I wasn't going to be doing this just for the money. I wasn't going to be doing this just for the status and the fame and the views. I wanted to feed my family, but I didn't just want to feed them. I wanted to show them the world, bro. I wanted to take my wife on a vacation where she has never been and be like, holy shit, thank you for what you have been doing for me. That is the type of man I want to be. I want to be the type of man who can just do that. Not the type of man who has to first save up for 10 months before they can go on a 2-week vacation. I don't want to be that type of man. I said to myself, I'm going to make a change in my own life to be able to change my kids and my wife's life. That is just what I want to do. I want to take care of those individuals to the best of my ability. And that is what a man should do. So you should work as hard as you physically can in your teens, 20s, until you have achieved that. Because a man's life cannot be spent chilling on the couch, on the fucking bed, just chilling, not doing anything. That's wrong. The reason why is because you don't got no purpose then. In a man's life, the purpose goes in front of everything that he is doing. The reason why is because the purpose of a man's life is something that he is building on. The purpose is the pillar of everything that he's doing. If he doesn't have a purpose, then how can he take care of his family? If he doesn't have a purpose, how can he take care of his kids or his mom or his dad or other people around him, right? Who are counting on him, because a man is needed to be counted on. Now, if you don't have a purpose, and if you're not discovering or chasing your purpose or getting after it or trying to know what you want to actually do in life, you are already wasting your time. You need to get to doing that right now. Now, it's not bad to not know your purpose right now. That's normal. I slightly don't even know that. I have an idea, but I don't exactly know it. But as soon as you realize, like, yo, I haven't been doing anything about that, I actually need to go fulfill my purpose and also discover it. That is when your real life begins. It's not when you sitting on the couch eating Cheetos and watching TV. That is not a man's life. A man's life is all about trying to work as hard as you physically can to eventually enjoy the results that you have gained later, and also to make other people around you enjoy the fruits of your labor. That is what you want to do. Now listen, I'm not saying that you need to start up a business today, but what I am saying is you need to start working on yourself, because that is going to be a snowball effect into actually achieving your purpose later on. You need to start improving yourself when it comes to your health, your physical self, your mental self, the people around you, relationships, social, everything that you have control over, you need to start fixing, because most people in their teens and their 20s are absolutely lost and broken. They're not doing anything productive. They're not doing anything purposeful in their life. This is why they are fat and ugly in their 40s and 50s. And then they question why their woman leaves them, or they question why not a single woman would like to have children with them. That is because you haven't been doing anything about yourself. You haven't been working on yourself. When you change your actions today and you change your attitude, your altitude will also change. So change your mind, change your words, change your actions, and the results will come for itself. Habit number 3, don't let your mind be easy controllable. We see a lot of things in the news nowadays. If you look at most men today, most people in general, not even just men, but most people in general, you can change their mind with one sentence. They don't have any type of strong values and morals to stand on and believe in. Now, why is that? That is because they don't personally believe in themselves. I believe in myself so much that I can make whatever I want to make reality for myself. That whatever somebody tells me about whatever I want to do, I don't budge. I don't think like, okay, I kind of need to watch out for this. I kind of need to watch out for that. Oh, maybe he's right. Ooh, maybe I should do something else. No, because I have a deep belief system inside of my brain that I'm thinking, okay, I can do this. And whatever that man tells me, I don't care. Of course, I will listen, and maybe there's something valuable that he says, but I won't adopt his belief system into mine. That is what you need to do to become a masculine man. A masculine man is not easy controllable all of the time. Because if a man can't trust himself, how can his woman trust in him? How can his kids trust in him? It's going to be impossible for them to trust you if you don't trust yourself. So first, trust yourself. Have a moral compass in your life that guide you in a world full of distractions, and stay on your purpose. Listen, man, doesn't matter if somebody comes along and tells you to stop doing what you're doing, or stop working, or stop meditating, or stop working out. Listen, you still have your own mind. You still need to stay down, stay humble, and grind on whatever you are grinding on. Because guess what? You are the only person who's going to make it happen. Nobody else. I feel like a lot of older people, they watch the news, right? And I'm not trying to throw shade on older people or just people who are older than me. I feel like most people in general just watch the news a lot. And I feel like even that is controlling their mind to such a large extent that their whole lives start changing because of it. They watch the news, they get informed on something. Now they have adopted the belief system of the guy that is telling them to think differently. And now their whole life is going to change based on that. And now the only thing that they can watch or want to watch is something that happened on the news. They see the first best Trump interview and they immediately go, oh my God, Trump. Bro, listen, man, we need to keep our own minds, man. We are selling our minds to the TV. Instead of of consuming all of this shit that you're consuming. Start creating. Not even if you don't want to create, stop consuming every single time. Of course, it's impossible to live a life without consumption and without mentally consuming content or mentally consuming other people's opinions. It's impossible. But we still got to keep our own minds and limit it to such an extent to where we keep our own mind. A lot of people say, okay, how do I not sell my mind or sell my soul to people who are telling me shit? Listen, man, the only thing you got to do is limit the consumption. Limit consuming shit. Limit the fucking TV or the YouTube videos. Limit every single type of belief system that comes across your path. And as soon as it doesn't come across your path, realize that I have my own mind. And of course, I will listen to the person who's trying to tell me something, but I still got to stay aware on whatever he's actually telling me. And I got to keep my own mind locked in. The reason why is because that is the only thing that you have control over. That is your mind. So if you don't have control over that and others have, you are effectively their slaves. I'm not trying to talk weird or something, but it's true. If they have your minds, people on the TV, they have your minds, you are their slaves. They tell you something, you act. That's a slave. I'm trying to keep you from consuming as much as you can to actually creating as much as you can. Habit number 4, talk about your goals with masculine friends. There is nothing better than talking about what you want to achieve in your life. Masculine achievement, right? To people who are masculine as well. The best conversations come from masculine friends around you talking about what you want to do in life. There is nothing better. And the beautiful thing about it is when you constantly talk about your goals with your masculine friends, that thought is going to slowly start to turn into reality. Now, why is that? That is because your mind works in a way where if it's constantly being pressured on a certain type of thought, your actions are now going to change. If you think about money all day, sorry, but there is going to be a pretty good chance that in about 10 years, you'll know a lot about money because you're going to be searching it up. You're going to be doing research on it. You're going to be knowing how it moves in life. You're going to be knowing how to take money from others when it comes to sales. You're knowing the best business moves to make. That is what the mind can do. The mind can make things reality. That is the only way to achieve your goals, is by thinking of your goals constantly. Now your actions are going to change and your actions become your results. So if you constantly are in a group with people who are talking about their goals, talking about mindset, money, achievement, masculine excellence, now you're going to be achieving that as well because you're constantly talking about it and you're starting to be interested in that topic. This is exactly why I host 3 weekly calls every single week in the Improvement Club, where we talk about mindset and masculine achievement and fitness and our goals every single week, 3 times a week. And we do that because we constantly want to stay focused on that, because when you're staying focused on it, that is all you're going to be doing. Because focusing is not saying yes to the type of thing that you needed to stay focused on, but it's saying no to everything around it. And that is what we want to do. So we want to constantly talk about our goals so that we actively say no to everything that isn't that. If you're interested in that, by the way, click the link in the bio and join us, man. Join the 3 calls every single week and start learning about yourself. Habit number 5, learn to sacrifice. I quit my job about 3 weeks ago. I now currently have no job. I had a part-time job in the sales world, which was amazing. One of the best choices I made in my life. But I had to make a sacrifice to be able to grow even more. Now, what was that sacrifice? Is by quitting it. Is by taking some money out of my life, which was the monthly paycheck from my job, to focus more on what I really want to do. Focus more on my goals when it comes to YouTube and business and money and me talking in front of a camera, trying to become a public speaker. That is what I did. I made the sacrifice of saying to myself, you know what? I'm about to live with less money so that I can actually start focusing on my goals really. Now, this is something that you're going to be having to do daily. Sometimes, even if you have a girlfriend, sometimes you're going to have to say no to your girl when it comes to y'all having sex or y'all trying to see each other. Sometimes you're going to have to say no. Sometimes you're going to be like, you know what, girl, I'm not going to be seeing you the entire day because I'm locked in right now. Tonight, we will see each other, or tomorrow. Sometimes you just have to say that. If you're running late on shit, you just have to make the sacrifice and say to yourself, girl, I'm not going to be seeing you today. Or mom, I'm sorry, but today you can't see me all day. Or today we can't talk. Or when it comes to certain type of appointments with your friends or trying to hang out, you're gonna have to say no to them. You're gonna have to sacrifice, because as I said, focus is all about saying no. And what is saying no to the things that you absolutely like doing? That's sacrificing it. The things that you hate doing and you say no to them, that's not sacrificing. That's like just saying no to things that you would always say no to. I would always say no to drugs because I've never done drugs in my life and I will never do drugs in my life. So it's not sacrificing for me. But let's say I was a drug addict and I had to make a change to become healthier. I would have to sacrifice drugs for my health instead of sacrificing health for drugs, right? So you have to start making sacrifices to align yourself with what you want to achieve. And that is what I call masculine achievement. Masculine achievement is, in my opinion, sacrificing every single thing which isn't your goal. And as soon as you start to do that, watch all the things that start to achieve in your life. It's amazing. It's remarkable. Listen, every single time when I skipped appointments in the previous years with my friends or something, or I didn't want to go to some type of restaurant with this person and that person, whatever. The moment I actually did that, I might have felt a little bit bad. I was like, oh shit, I still actually want to go to that, but I got something more important in front of me, and that's going to be the priority for me. So what did I do? I said no. You have to learn to say no. If you can't say no, you are literally being controlled by others, bro, because as soon as somebody tells you, yo, let's do this, and you have to say yes because your weak mindset can't say no, that means that they have you under control. You are now easy controllable. We already talked about it. You have to be a master of your own mind. You have to be the boss of your mind. You control it, nobody else. Again, bro, if you want personal help on every single topic that we have spoke about, just go to the link in the bio. I host 3 weekly calls every single week in the Improvement Club. That is my private fitness and self-improvement community. Every single member who is in is trying to improve himself. If you want to be part of the club, go to the link in my bio, bro. You're missing out. I'll see you in the next video.